Hello! So, I've decided to start pushing myself because it's a bit dry on the client end of things in my house at the moment. And I have been desperately trying to find a decent, practice hand for nearly a year now, I think. And I finally found one in the flexi hand. I am in love with it. And you know why I love it? It's because I don't have to soak it off, and that was really getting to me. And because it's dry in the client front, and I've started to now have a hand that I can use and love, I'm now pushing myself on a weekly basis. So this week I decided to create a set around this picture theme. It's inspired by another nail tech who did this galaxy set. It doesn't have the same colours or even a theme like this, but I just thought I love that idea and I'd like to push myself and take it, a step further really. So this is the photo that I decided to use as my inspiration, and these are the products that I have decided to use. So Turquoise Surprise by Trilogy, always by Trilogy. That's Havana, it's a hollow glitter by Trilogy. This one here, the name I think is Bordeaux. That's another glitter. Neon Punk, Abu Dhabi Blue, Magic Violet, Midnight, and Fresno, which is another glitter. But I also actually added Jet in with this, and I do also use the white as well. But just at this point, I wasn't going to use any of those, but I did. So here I'm coming in with Turquoise Surprise, and I'm creating a 4-colour ombre, which is weird. I don't know if anybody else does this any differently, but I like to work from the outside in. I don't know why that's weird, but I guess, when you're building your apex as well. So I like to work outside in. So I put the top colour on, and then this bottom one is Neon Punk. And just swiping it up the nail. I'm going to get really thin, but I just sort of swiped it up as far as I could, just because I want to get that nice base colour. And also, chink chink guys, I'm not an alky, I am just having a bit of a gin. Yum. This is Magic Violet. Taken to gin at the moment, it's really lovely. I've got this is like a raspberry gin with some bitter lemon in it, because, I'm a girl. So this is Magic Violet. So you'll see that I keep having to put loads more on. Oh, one thing that I forgot to mention. My house was genuinely so cold when I was doing this, but I couldn't feel it. The reason that I know it was cold is my acrylic was really runny. And normally I don't have this problem with Trilogy because I don't work that well. Well, what I consider I don't work wet with it. It just looks quite wet because it's quite shiny, isn't it? But every time I put a bead on the nail, it's running everywhere. In fact, I've cut it out of this video, but I did a white bead on the thumbnail, I think it was. Yeah, it was the thumbnail. And I added loads of dots of other colours in, and it literally dripped off the sides. And that's when I thought, I should put the heating on, but I didn't, because actually the kind of style that I was doing, I actually found it better for it to be a little bit more like a wet system. Gave me longer to create my effects. You'll see you'll see later on in the video. So that I put a bit more of that Turquoise Surprise on because I wanted to build the apex up a little bit more. And then I've come in, and this is Abu Dhabi Blue, and I'm just going to blend it up and down. And when I put it over the purple, it kind of covers up the purple too much. So I added a little bit of an extra bead of the Magic Violet. Yum. It's so Moorish, is that? I don't drink fizzy, but that is lovely. So now I'm going to create a marble. So I've dipped into Abu Dhabi Blue, and then I've dipped into Magic Violet. You can see, look how wet it is. It's just running everywhere. Which normally it doesn't. It really was. My back door was open, and it's really sunny, and it's kind of warm outside. So look at it running. So I just thought to myself, do you know what, summer's here? But I think my brain was in Barbados, but the actual room was in Leeds. So it wasn't as warm as I thought it was, but I wasn't backing down. Oh no. So I'm just dotting these colours on top of each other, and it's so satisfying because it's like that water marble that you do with when put the drops of oh my gosh, when you put the drops of oh god I'd stop recording it if I hadn't been yakking all this time, and I'd do that again. Oh, when you put the stuff in the water, what's it called? Nail polish, that's it. Sorry. The reason I do stuff like this all the time is I get what's called brain fog. It's part of having fibromyalgia. Sometimes I use a red socks instead of, I need to go to the toilet. So, just stuff like that. But it's kind of, it's a bit wet, so it's just lost all of its shape. But it worked really well for the marble. But I looked at it and I thought, I don't like that. It doesn't represent that photo at all. So then I thought, I might add some white. That's what I did. Really wet bits of white. So it just literally adds like a shadow, but it's not a shadow because it's white. But the opposite, like a highlight to the area. And then I liked it much better. And then I didn't like it again later on. So then I added glitter. So, yeah, there it is. It looks better with the white, and I think it kind of adds a little bit more. So this is like the hashtag thumb, but the reason I've used this is it was the biggest nail, and I've covered it all in Trilogy white to start with, and I've just added a little bit more now just so that the base of this is wet, and I'm going to create like a weird watercolour. So I'm going to explain what I'm doing first, and then I'm just going to let you watch it, because there's just no way to explain what I'm doing. I'm basically trying to recreate that image. I totally got it wrong. When I looked back, because obviously I'm recording it on my phone. So I've got this image in my head, and then when I look back it was way more spirally than this. But basically I'm creating, like I would when I do like hand painting, a base layer to work on top of, which is weird. So I'm basically rings of the these acrylics, just like one at a time, very wet, so it's like a colour wash, if that makes sense. And then once I've done that, I'm going to start trying to create the spiral. So I'm just going to let you watch this a little bit. Sorry guys, it's a bit weird. Oh, just a little side note here. I am adding some of that midnight in to give like a really dark edge for this nail. But you can kind of see now, it looks kind of cool actually. And then after this, I'm going to add the white in, very wet, and get it to like look a bit like a spirally type thing, kind of a little bit. This did actually take me 20 minutes, like I'm not lying. But I've sped it up. Obviously I've sped it up. You don't want to see me doing this for 20 minutes. It was ridiculous. So here I am with the white, and I'm just creating little lines. I'll just let you watch me do this for a bit. Good luck. It's not that bad. I just build it up in layers. It works in the end though, honestly. At some point I said to my partner, actually, I just said I'd let you watch this, didn't I? But at some point I said to my partner, what do you think it is? And I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. And I was like, no, I want you to guess what it is. And he said, well, if you tell me what it is, then I'll know that it's that. And I was like, that's the point, you need to know what it is. I didn't tell him. And then when it was finished, I said, what's that? And he went, it's a black hole. And I was like, yes, it is. So right, I'll let you watch anyway. But at this point, look how nice it looks. I should have left it like that. It was so beautiful. Oh, and then I just ruined it, and then I made it better with glitter, so that's fine. Yeah, I can never shut up for long. What was that, 5 seconds? I just thought I'd quickly mention that what I'm doing is I'm painting the colours from the ombre in like a certain order, and I'm going on one side of the curved side of those like little, what even is that, like fan things? Oh god, the points, the swirls, the swoops, the whoops, the doops, the tubes, who knows? But I'm painting them one at a time, all in the same part, and then it looks terrible, so then I add more, and then I add more again. I'm just going to repeat that process over and over, adding the same colours in the set order, darkest to lightest really, I suppose, and then white, and I just keep going over the top, and then eventually I realise there's no hope and I just get the black out, and then that helps like massively. So now I don't think I need to say anything else, but I'll see you in 10 seconds if I do. So I actually forgot that I did this next bit, which was, I thought, there's no saving it. I was like, what am I doing? So then I just started to like marble over the top to like blend it all in. Oh my god. Yeah, so I just started like, I striated the white and then I'm just striating the pink. It was like, it worked for a bit. I was like, no, it's going so wrong. I'm literally, in my head, I'm like, fuck. And at one point I debated, you know what, just chuck it in the bin, walk away and come back next year when you're actually like in a good mood. But I suppose it's creating its own little weird thing going on. It's me looking at it thinking, what do I do? Oh god. So, and then I thought I'll just add some dark blue must make it better. But then the dark blue wasn't enough, and that's when I break out the black. Oh yes I do. And here it is. The long anticipated black arrival, Trilogy's Jet. So I applied it quite thick in certain areas, and you'll see that actually then I go back over it and I sort of blend it out. So I thought what I would do is I'd explain it. Let me just think if I can word this. I put a thick line on and then I was like dragged it to like the right or the left, or however way I dragged it. My idea was to create like a shadow that eventually you could see the colour to it, like an ombre. It was like an ombre. That's the only way I can describe it, but not an ombre because it's only in certain parts, you know, just to add some depth of field, I guess, to make it look more 3D. So some bits are darker than others. That bit is intentional. And then I thought, no, it's just ruined. How the hell can this be any better? Glitter. That's when I decided glitter is the answer. So this is that Bordeaux and Fresno. Not that you can see it because I've hidden it behind the index finger, but that's what I'm doing. That is what I'm adding. And then what I did do as well is I like dusted it off. Okay, so I'm doing my reverse smile line, and you all know how I do this. It's in many of my other videos. I just do need to remind you that it was cold, really, really cold, and that's why it takes me about 20 years to actually get this to hold its shape. What I love about Trilogy goes out of the window when you are freezing, where your client's freezing as well. So while I'm just doing that, I'm just going to explain to you this middle finger, so you can see clearly what I've tried to do. The other reason that I haven't showed you me doing this, it got scrapped. And the reason it got scrapped is this is not a carnival design. It's not big top themed. It's not big fat pants themed. No. It is nebula themed. And that, it looks like a circus tent. I mean, it's a very good circus tent. I'll just toot my own heart for a minute. But it's not what I wanted. So I spent literally another 25 minutes doing that. Yeah. And then I took it off. I'm just using my craft knife here, by the way, to cut into those side walls. Just to make sure I've got it nice and crisp, because sometimes I struggle with my file. And this actually is a really good tip to help you get those side walls nice and high. Nice and flush as well, like straight lines in the side of the acrylic. I had to wait for it to set for ages as well. It just wouldn't set. And then I filed it, but you didn't see that because you didn't need to, because it looks almost exactly the same. And then I'm dipped into Abu Dhabi blue and the sparkling turquoise. And yeah, what I'm doing now is I'm like creating a marble of those two. And then I'm going to add the other two colours, the magic violet and the neon bunk over the top. And then some black. Black was the key for this set. If you'd just like to know what I tried to do with this middle one, I tried to make it look better by adding like a fuck ton of black over the top and like pushing it into the gaps and then wiping it off a bit and to try and get it to look more defined, and then it just looked even more like a circus tent. So that's when I took it off. I was like, no. And I started it all again and I did something completely different. So I'm just using my 3D brush to do this because I'm only adding right little bits and I just want to keep it like on the tip. I don't want to get it up the sides or anything. And that sounded so dirty in my head. So yeah, I kind of feel like I'm just sat there like chatting with you, but obviously we're not chatting, but I'm trying to, I don't know, just chilling on my sofa on a night. So now I'm adding in the black, just to add some depth and some, you know, stuff. Just breaks it up a bit because it looked just too bright at that point. And then this is what I then changed the middle finger to. This is a lecente black glitter. I will put the link, but I don't know if I can find a link to it. I'll find the name of it anyway. In the description bar below. As you can see, look how wet it is. Look how wet that acrylic is. I just do not feel like I'm using Trilogy when I did this at all. But like I said, it actually worked better for me this time. So I'm just dipping back into that glitter, not any acrylic, and I'm pushing it into that wet acrylic because it's not set. There was no need to dip back into the clear because it would have added bulk that I didn't need. But then I'm going to dip into the clear and into the glitter and put another bead on and push it in and like mix it all together. Sometimes I flip my brush over when I place it, but this time, because it's so like it's not setting quickly, I could just work it together into itself on top of that tip. And again, you know what I'm like for knocking my camera, so I do apologise. I'm just blotting it here, getting some of the excess liquid out, so that it's not like running everywhere. So while that's setting, and I've got the black glitter out, I'm now going to add, after I've just added some clear over the top, I'm now going to add the black glitter to the other nails, because I actually figured, particularly on that marble nail, that it might actually give it that contrast. And it did, and oh man, did it give it that contrast. It just changed, all the marble just changed for me completely when I did that. Look at that. It's like a different design entirely. Look at them skills in it. No. Sorry. It's just my personality coming out now. Yeah. So it's like, I'm just adding it into the shapes of the way that like the striations go. Kind of copying what I did on the index finger as well. And then I'm going to come back onto the middle finger and add some more glitter, because you just can't get enough. Am I right? When I placed this, I think it's Havana, on there, at first I was like, oh my god, just waste too much. I didn't think there was that much. I picked up such a little amount, but actually it went so far. But actually it worked really well. And then I'm just going to add in some of that Fresno and some of that Bordeaux. Watch it not even be called Bordeaux. I know this entire time I've got it wrong. I couldn't see it for the voiceover bar. I should be more prepared, really. But you're here for the laughs. You're here to join in the fun. Ooh. That Fresno is quite a gorgeous glitter. I think it's going to come in very handy for summertime. I'm just adding some black glitter over the top of the black on that index finger. And then I'm adding some black glitter onto this nail, because the way I figured is that picture is really, really light. It's got lots of light in it. Just to make it look even better. And then I'm going to cap, and I've capped now, and I've filed, but I didn't include that because you've seen me cap before, and you know, I just didn't want to take up any more of your time really with that. This is more about the design. I've pulled the tips down because when I set it into the lamp, oh, my dog's snoring. She's laid with a weird voice box on my foot. So when I've got myself in gear, what I'm going to do, coming in now with Trilogy Ultimate Gloss Top Coat, is I'm going to put it into the lamp. It means it's going to cure up around the cuticle area, because I don't know whether it's just the way that I've applied it, but with some of these, I don't know whether the cuticle area in this is a bit big or whether I'm just a bit OCD, but I found on one of my nails one time it didn't cure up around that cuticle area, so now I just pull it out. That's all I do, just pull it out. So there we go. Look at this nail. You ready? Oh, it's like, that's the only noise that I can make for that. It's just well sexy. And then this one, oh god, oh yeah, that's it right there. My boyfriend sat next to me and he's looking at me like I'm cheating on him. Like, you alright there, love? He's actually looking at me like he's cheating on me. He's looking at me like, am I doing something weird? Glitter. I'm having a glittergasm. It's called a glittergasm, okay? If you don't know what that noise is, it's a glittergasm. Pop that into the lamp for 60 seconds. And there it is. It actually didn't move at all then, did it? It was cured though. Yeah, and then I'm pushing them up. Pushing them up now onto the cuticles. So it looks really pretty. It looks so nice. A really pretty, nice, pretty nail. Pull that one out, but it's going to be too far. Oh, it's so nice and pretty. You like. I love it. Yeah, we'll just dust it off a bit, and then I want to give you a close-up. Now, you see, actually doesn't look that bad, does it? It does look a bit like a black hole. I'm quite impressed with that, actually. That's the layers for you. that's building it up in layers works, man. So there you are. Stunning, stunning. You might want to turn your phone for this next bit, but I just wanted to give all the nails like their own showcase. So here you go. So this is a finished set. Obviously, it's finished. It's a finished set. It's not a different set. But yeah, I just want to thank you for watching. Again, just give me some feedback. Give me some feedback as well. You know, what you think about the nails, whether you think I made that theme, whether I fit that picture, what do you know what? If there's anything you would have added, I'd love to know, because I actually really struggled this time, and I'd love some ideas and inspiration. And even if you want to hit me up on Instagram, give me another theme and I will do it next week. And when I've got some time next Saturday, I'll do another set. Hit me up with some themes. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and please don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the alert, the little alarm bell. That'll give you a notification when I've put a new video up. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.